Yes. I got the glasses on, the Willy Wonkas. I don't know why I have them on, and I think it looks funny, man. So, I used to listen to Lil Darkie a lot back in 2020. I discovered him in May of 2020 through an artist that I had personally known, Sad Frosty, because they had put out a collab together. And at the time, I was like,
fuck Lil Darkie, this guy sucks. I only care about Sad Frosty, this guy sucks!
A little bit before my 14th birthday, so I was 13 years old. I was going through Instagram story things to let people know, hey man, my birthday's tomorrow. I was scrolling through, I misread it, and I thought it said Little Dirk.
Haha.
And then I clicked on it and I was like, whoa! Anyways, that was when I was 13. I'm 17 now. Me and Darkie used to talk a lot. We still talk sometimes, so this video will not be a bias, because I'm not a fan of Little Darkie. I just want to make that clear.
I'm not a fan of his music anymore.
But he's a chill dude. This video will just be me going through all of his EPs and albums under the Lil Darkie alias.
Except the Dillinger one, bro. I do not care about that one. I will not listen to it. I do not give a fuck.
Me and Dillinger used to be pretty cool though, but then one day Dillinger blocked me and I was like, what the fuck? And then I posted it to my story and Lil Darkie was like,
what the fuck? I'll ask him for you.
And then a few weeks later, Dillinger unblocked me, so
thank you, Lil Darkie, thank you.
Anyways, this video is not going to be like some review on every aspect of the album and EP and stuff. It's just going to be me pretty much talking about it, just bringing it up and kind of going through every song on the album or EP or whatever.
Just because I thought it would be funny.
I think it would be funny. Whatever, man. Whatever. Anyway, so, if you're new here, which
probably all of you will be,
because there's only 100 subscribers here, it's me and Bulo's guys, the firest guy.
I used to run Lil Darkie's biggest fan page.
That's where me and him started talking through. Lil Darkie used to follow me in through 2021, and he unfollowed me earlier this year. He didn't just unfollow me, he unfollowed everyone, but he refollowed people, he didn't follow me back. So whatever. Fuck you, Lil Darkie. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm only going through the Lil Darkie projects. Nothing from Brahmin or from his past or anything like that. So the first album Lil Darkie ever released under the name Lil Darkie was
Kill Yourself.
You're like I am Jim Carrey. Should you bury your secrets and kill yourself? You really don't matter. I'm dead. I'm dead. Riding through Vernon, the ball in the valley, alone inside the city. Eating your bill. We on the streets and they got purple in my pack. So this is me before you telling you I'm not a man. I'm in the dumpster. I am among.
This was the first album under the Lil Darkie name and was kind of like a little look into his mindset at the time. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm not some fucking smart ass dude. He ended up deleting the whole album, so the only way you can listen to it is by going on SoundCloud or fucking YouTube reposts. Great, Darkie, thank you so much, man. My favorite songs off the album are I Wanted to Kill Myself. I relate so much. And At First I Couldn't. It's great. Cool little first album there.
Really cool, man. Really cool, man. Let's go. On to the second one, man. Let's go.
Fuck what you is, what you ain't. Bitches on my dick, I might just brush them off. Dark kids, no friends, smoking down the whole tent. My bars are sharp as a knife. I got bark, I'm talking wood, I'm bit. With a big shit, hit him with a back on your skull, quick, kid. Bitch, I'll break you fully. Got the chopper on my arm, I let it boot, yeah.
Shoot people you don't like. This was the first EP Darkie ever released
under Lil Darkie.
Most people mainly know this EP for the title track, which is, of course, Shoot People You Don't Like. Oh, yeah. So a lot of people don't even know that this EP really exists. New Lil Darkie fans don't really know. My favorite off the EP are, of course,
Brain Damage, because I relate to that shit.
And Talk Shit.
Talk shit. Talk shit.
That's really all I have to say about it. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail about every little aspect of the album or the EP or whatever, the significance of it.
I don't really care that much.
I just think it's cool to talk about it. I want to do more of these with like Lil Peep or like other Spider Gang members and shit like that. I don't fucking know.
Next up is
Battle Rap.
Kill all humans. Pow! Back with the slap roster, we're nigga that better. Radio's
Battle Rap is honestly, in my opinion, SoundCloud masterpiece, man. Kill All Humans and Kill All Humans 2/3. Beautiful. I think this was the first time that Black had ever done a song with Lil Darkie, I'm not sure. So I'd recommend battle rap if you want to get into like the older Little Darkie sound or whatever, like 2018 kind of thing.
It's pretty cool. It's cool. It's cool. Next up,
Drain the Swamp.
Disgusting and busting with pus, all the cussing, no trusting what all of this for. Smoking a rapper like grab, I'm high like a lad, I do this shit bad, I'm so mad, trigger happy, bitching you a whole goof. And there I done that, you pussy, you run that, you switch. Somewhere I ain't never saw. Vision with my mind, okay. It's on sight, at the park, trying to fight. The sky dang comatose.
Drain the Swamp is another one of Lil Darkie's classics. This was, of course, his first Swamp album, so great. The album is pretty full. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It has some bangers on it. Like, my personal favorites are One Take and, of course, Drain the Swamp. So again, if you want that classic Lil Darkie sound, bro, go listen to Drain the Swamp. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Next up is Super Dark VR, bro.
Place your virtual reality. Here another shot, I had a crouch and hit that gold and I put it in my pocket. Swimming, swing, chase, swing, knees. Let's play.
Bro, fuck these mosquitoes, dude. Fuck, I'm not even kidding. These fucking mosquitoes are everywhere, just sucking the life out of me. In my opinion, this is one of Lil Darkie's most underrated albums from that kind of time period. Jungle Bass is a really good song. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it right now, or bad things will happen to your mom and your dad and your great uncle. Darkie was definitely doing some cool shit, definitely growing a pretty good sized fan base at the time too.
I mean, come on.
You can't act like Lil Darkie wasn't fire. Next up is Swamp Drain.
Got to say that you at the top, nigga, what are you huffing? Then Peter Piper's fickle pepper would hit his knee. Every time I wake up, I think you niggas have got on makeup. Get up to get down, get wet up, get set down, fucking with a onomatopoeia. Miami, grade A, yo, we pay that. Just stop drinking and start thinking. Pepper inside the sorry talking dresses, not sorry you. I live like a pimp and I spit like a llama. Rewind, the way it seems to taunt you, the world is not kind. Me what you say, me what you say.
In my opinion, the peak Lil Darkie was 2019, 2020, mainly 2020, but we'll get into those
After this.
Drain the Swamp has a great story, cool theme, fire song, so if you like that sound, then go listen to Swamp Drain, bro. Next up is Take This Mushroom.
Underwater spider that is an octopus, you a style fighter, say he don't fuck with him. Too many thoughts up in my head.
Take This Mushroom was released in late 2019 and only has 2 songs on it, so I do believe this is the smallest
Lil Darkie EP out there.
Not really too much to say about this one. I mean, it has a cool Mario theme, and y'all know how much I love Mario. So yeah, of course, listen to it if you want. Now, next up is This Does Not Exist.
Don't wake up, doesn't that sound pleasing? Ready, are you ready? I'd be drunk, walking steady. Wow, used to hit up people, now those people hit me now. Comments and buying interaction by packing that on the. Let me take you for a ride. Because everything will fall. I'm so cold. Stripping on the street lights. That's first time in the studio, and this ain't in my session. Say my drugs in the community song. And do it the fluids doing better stir before.
Bro, this released January 1st, 2020. This was the best era of Lil Darkie music out there. So if you're not into Lil Darkie and if you want to get into him, in my opinion, the 4 albums he released, well, mainly 3 albums he released in 2020, it really showcases the best of his work, in my opinion. 2020 was genuinely like the craziest year for Lil Darkie in terms of popularity, and of course, controversy. This was the year that Lil Darkie had really blown up on TikTok, unfortunately, and he started getting canceled for the, y'all know. But in my opinion, this album has some of the most consistently good Lil Darkie music on an album, and of course, rap music is one of his biggest songs, and the music video for rap music is one of his biggest music videos, so it's really well animated. The animators are really cool. In my opinion, it's one of his best albums. I mean, it's not even an opinion, bro. It's genuine. Like, this is one of his best albums, in my opinion, like top 3. And pretty much every song on there is a banger, too. So if you want some consistently good Lil Darkie music, which is not, like, crazy, go listen to This Does Not Exist. Now, next up is my personal favorite Lil Darkie album of all time, Yin.
Walking, wanting nothing but to jump in their guts and butt fuck them. I just had a bit of a day. Maybe I should go and switch the page. With my niggas, I'm stuck with my bro. I'm an Aussie, drinking, pissing out back. Left white nigga. They are sitting at the top. Stop! Until you had enough. Yo, are you barking like a fan for a don't want none of you niggas to help me. With the bitch for 2 years and it's perfect weight.
Yen is a beautiful album, bro. Where do I even begin? Not only was this the first Lil Darkie album that I had fully listened to all the way through, it also holds a very special place in my heart too, because when I first discovered Lil Darkie and actually got into his music, at that time, Yin was his most recent album. It had only released like less than a month before I had started listening to him. And I remember listening to Right On, which is my all-time favorite Lil Darkie album. Right On, it's a 10-minute masterpiece, guys. I'd highly recommend this album, not only because it's good as hell, but also it's just fucking great. In my opinion, it's Darkie's second best album, bro. We're gonna get into his best album ever
After this next one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Next up is Little Darkie Classics.
Godzilla, walking Godzilla. Opposite my boy, you gonna make me proud. Okay, let's go. Shit, yeah. Talk shit. Little Dark Sambo. Thoughts I don't type down. Find myself grabbing at the air. I wanna take it out. Is what you ain't. No bitch, nigga. Quit swinging, dump it out. Middle East.
Now, there's not really too much to say about this one. This was really just a mix of older songs, of older EPs, albums, and singles and stuff, kind of just compiled into one project. Not really too much to say about it. I mean, it's cool because it introduced a lot of his newer fans that had found his music through, you know, the TikTok stuff. It put them onto his older sounding music, which was cool. And also it gave him an excuse to put it on all platforms, so that was great for us. So now you can put I'm an old soul on your Instagram story if you want to and listen to it on Spotify. But yeah, like I said, there's not really too much to say about it because it is just a compilation album. So on to Lil Darkie's best album. Oh yeah.
Back to the mass when we're retarded, come along. Beating up each other, for some balance. Suck my fucking skin off my dick. Songs ass. Try to tighten up, get this back the lamp of God. The planet burning, I spent your sound. Tropical with the fade. In the belly like a. I will crush you. Why I can't help. I know you're not. For every sin committed, I sit and find a brighter day. I hear.
Swamp. Fuck these mosquitoes, bro. Everywhere, these fucking mosquitoes. Swamp is, in my opinion, Darkie's best album. I'm a little bit mixed between Yin and Swamp because in terms of music and popularity, Swamp was his biggest album, his best album of all time. Most experimental, and it's just fucking great too. I think it has 22 songs on it, and all of them are, 90% of them are just fucking great. But Yin, it's like Yin holds a personal, sentimental.
Fuck these mosquitoes! Bo, fuck you!
I remember this album, I think, released Christmas of 2020. I remember I had stayed up that whole night because Playboi Carti released Whole Lotta Red finally. Fucking finally, dumbass bitch. And I remember I was like, fuck Playboi Carti. I skimmed through each, like 10 seconds of each song. I was like, fuck this, I'm on the Lil Darkie now. And I remember, this is gonna sound weird, but I really felt kind of proud of how far he had come as an artist because there was so much experimentation and just a lot of different sounds, and in my opinion, some of his best work ever. So
Every Lil Darkie fan knows
Swamp, come on. I Can See clearly ended up becoming one of his biggest songs in the music video too, so that's fucking cool. It's a beautiful song. This album tells a really cool story. It has a lot of great songs, a lot of long songs, a lot of just, it's fucking great, guys. If you want to go listen to some peak Lil Darkie, Swamp, and all of the 2020 albums, Yin, This Does Not Exist, Yin, I guess the Classics album too, but Swamp mainly, just those three mainly are fucking great. Now, in my opinion, the next era of Lil Darkie's music we're about to get into is his worst, in my opinion, okay?
All your body is microplastic. Species very hard, gangsta rapper, punk rock star.
Everybody knows Boros as being, you know, the shitty Lil Darkie album. Everybody shitted on it when it first came out. I actually had a conversation with Lil Darkie about it when it, like a month or so after released. I asked him for his opinions on like the negative perception it got, and here's those DMs right here. If anyone wants to. So after having that conversation with Lil Darkie, I'm not gonna show all the DMs, but that's the most relevant one. I kind of gained a little bit of respect for the album. I mean, it was very experimental. I respect it for its experimentation and shit like that, and I mean, it did disappoint everyone, so yeah, we waited a whole year. How do you go from Swamp, your best work ever, to your fucking worst? In a year's time, too. Lil Darkie released a song called Trap Metal in October of 2021, I believe, and it had the yo bro, that kind of shit in there, the fucking Muscle Man voice, and
everybody thought it was a funny meme because it was like, oh, it's a meme.
I was not expecting him to ever do it again, and then all of a sudden Boros is just fucking Muscle Man molesting the fucking ears of Al. But anyways, yeah, Boros was kind of a letdown. I don't like the album personally, but I don't hate it. I like it for its experimentation, like I said. Plus, it was a stepping stone in terms of him as an individual and growing into his future self.
Whatever, cool, I guess. Corny as shit.
Next up is the Small Dark One.
Ready, set, go! Was my pastime. Fat Buddha like shoes.
This one's a little bit weird for me because at the time when this album released, I was really falling out of his music, so this album kind of felt like almost like a closing chapter in terms of the Little Darkie era of my life, which sounds
Fucking silly as shit.
because I had a lot going on at the time, so every time I listen to this album, I get this weird emptiness kind of feeling. It's weird, I don't know how to explain it, but also like a nostalgic kind of sound, even though it only released a year and a half ago. I mean, it has a lot of memorable songs on it, and I did get to hear the song Dreamin' early, which was fucking cool as shit. After this album, I really stopped paying attention to his music, so the next two albums that we talk about will be, yeah, I don't really care too much about them. Next up is the Lost Songs.
You do it right, yo, and I notice the same man.
Pretty much just a compilation album of songs that he had finished or demos or not finished or whatever. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it because, like I said, I stopped giving a fuck about his music like previously that year. So yeah, while I might not like it too much, I mean, clearly it has some kind of meaning, so whatever. Now that was it. That's it. There was one more collab album that had come out after that with Dillinger. And in my opinion, I don't give a fuck about it. I only listened to a couple songs, and in my opinion, they kind of sucked. I'm not even trying to be mean. Me and Dillinger, we used to be friends, we used to talk, and then Dillinger blocked me one day on both my accounts, and then I posted about it, and Lil Darkie was like, okay, I'll ask him about it for you. I was like, thank you. And a couple weeks later, Dillinger unblocked me, and we haven't talked since. So whatever. Dillinger and I mean, we're cool, I guess, but I'm not even gonna put the songs or anything, so if you want to go listen to it, do it. I don't give a fuck though. So yeah, this video was kind of rushed. I didn't go into too much detail, but I mean, there it is. There's a little history lesson, a little Darkie. There's, you know, the beginning to the fucking fortunate present. So I mean, me and Darkie were cool. We still talk here and there. I mean, if he sees this video, he might not like me, but whatever, man. I still love you, Lil Darkie. Yeah, I still fuck with your music, or at least your older music. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video if you watched all the way through. If not, whatever, fuck you. I want to do more of these, but actually go more in depth. Like, I want to go more into detail in future videos. I just don't care too much about this one. I want to do a Beatles album. Oh shit, that would be so much fucking fun. To go into all the Beatles albums and the history behind those, because that's some shit I actually care about. I also want to do the Lil Peep, and I guess just whoever I really feel like it. Whoever I think is interesting enough for me to really talk about. Lil Darkie, he was a big part of my life through when I was 13. I'm 17 now. You know, I kind of went through a lot of changes to his music, and at one point he was my favorite artist, and he got me through a lot. But then after we started talking and shit, it was cool because, like, you know, it was like, holy shit, I'm talking to my previous idol, because I used to idolize him, unfortunately. But there was a couple events that had taken place that kind of made me see him a little bit differently. Not in like a negative, I don't know, just the way he acted towards me in certain situations. I'm not going to go into detail about that. I don't know, to me it rubbed me a weird way. And ever since, I haven't been able to really view him the same, which of course is like, okay, I don't put him on a pedestal. I don't put any artists on a pedestal anymore. And in my opinion, he's kind of changed a little bit. You know, when he first started making music, he was in one style. I'm proud of him for how far he's come as an artist in terms of, like, you know, popularity and shit like that. He has a lot of money now. You know, he's really living it up. He's not in some fucking terrible ass situation anymore. So I'm happy that he's doing good for himself. But he's definitely changed in terms of, like, values and shit. And the stuff he raps about ain't really the same, and his music doesn't really hold that much of a almost that much of a presence anymore. He doesn't really hit the same anymore. I don't know. That might just be me, but I don't know. I've really started to notice a decline in terms of, like, a real feelings sound, you know? if that even makes fucking sense. But I still like Lil Darkie. At the end of the day, he's a great guy. I mean, I don't know him personally, but we talk and stuff. He used to follow me and shit. But yeah, thank you Sad Frosty for putting me on the Darkie. R.I.P. to you. Me and Sad Frosty were friends. I'm just gonna talk about this for a second because I don't know. I've been thinking about Sad Frosty a lot recently, and his death has honestly affected me a lot. I didn't really put out any. I posted about it on Instagram and stuff, but I didn't make a YouTube video about it because I didn't post on YouTube at the time. But yeah, Sad Frosty, he was a great guy. One of my biggest regrets, honestly, was deleting my old Instagram account because I lost contact with him in February of 2021, and he ended up passing away of a drug overdose in 2022, January of 2022. I still try to keep in touch with his mom and shit like that, but yeah. So rest in peace, Sad Frosty. Your impact on my life is still felt to this day, and I will always cherish the shit we talked about and always cherish what we had in terms of the friendship and shit. And wherever you may be, I don't really know too much. I don't know what I believe in, but you know, I like to believe that he's in a better place. And his music, he lives on through his music. So this is very random, but I mean, if you don't know who Sad Frosty is, go give his songs some attention. Go give it some love, some real love. Don't, because when Sad Frosty passed away, all of a sudden, Rap, the Instagram account, is fucking posting about it, everything. All of a sudden there's millions of people claiming that they cared and were there since the beginning, but they weren't. They don't give a fuck, and it really shows now. That fake love shit, I hate that shit. But anyways, rest in peace, Sad Frosty. Much love to you, bro, for real. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, subscribe, whatever. Yeah. Peace.